So moving on to the next bit, I think that when it comes to trying to convert people on our website, turning leads into marketing or sales qualified leads, we can improve quite a bit, because if we look at the call to action here, begin with leadership defined, it kind of, with CTAs it is super important that you are really clear on what you mean, like what happens after this, after I click it. Now begin is a little bit vague, but it could also be, I'm interested in it, so I want to read more about it. So begin is kind of fine, but we could experiment with some other wordings. But the thing is, over here, it is not really clear to me, as said in the previous video, what leadership defined means. Like, I know it means leadership before, clarity before commitment, but then all of a sudden it was, it felt quite concrete, it felt like a coaching trajectory, or etc. And then over here, there's no real explanation, and then all of a sudden, so over here I would expect as a user that I would want to read more about it, because it was not explained to me in depth yet, so I want to get to know more. So when I click it, that's what I expect, and then all of a sudden, take leadership defined, as if I'm taking a course, if I'm registering for a course right away, your first step on your leadership journey. Okay, that's fine. Then I leave all my info here, and I say I'm an individual, I'm I know that, yeah, so this is fine, but I don't know what's happening here. Like, and then begin with leadership defined. What does that mean? What am I getting into? So at this point, you haven't provided me enough information to actually know what I'm getting into, and then you start hesitating, and you're like, well, I just want to read a little bit more. The thing also is, what we would want is to make the, why I'm saying that this is not really optimized for conversion. You want to lower the barrier for people to actually fill in information, so that we get that lead, we get that person, we get that information, like their phone number or their email or etc. And that they just get the information that you send me, the overview of how we look at it with the 6 different pillars of leadership, and an explanation of how we do it different. That's what I would want at this point. So I'm totally not ready yet at this point to click begin with leadership defined. I would be like, whoa, I don't know what this means. So what we could do here is make a design for the document that you share with me, explaining what leadership defined is, with the 6 pillars, and what is what it would look like, and etc. And then they get that automated via email. They get that in their mailbox. We get that person's contact information, and we can just start reaching out to them. And then we can in depth explain and clarify the value, and have them convince themselves that this is what they need. So I think that over here, conversion will not be high. If we lower the boundary, it will be much higher. We have their contact, so we are in control of reaching out to them and shifting that control of the sales process towards us, instead of that we don't know what is going on here. So let's see what happens if I actually fill it in. This one does not turn into a hand, which would confuse me a little bit. And now nothing happens. So we have received your submission. Okay, are you going to contact me? When are you going to contact me? Am I going to get more information? Am I going to get an email? Or what is it that'll happen next? So yeah, the ideal flow for me will be, you will receive more information by filling it in, submit or request more information, read more, whatever. Then they get the email with like a white paper that they can download on what leadership defined actually is, so that they can get to know it more into depth. And at the same time, we get a task, or we get an alert or notification or whatever that there's a new lead coming in, and we can follow up with them saying, hey, did you read the white paper? Did you like it? What can we help you with? You showed interest, etc., etc. And then if they submit it, of course, I want a clear clarification of what is happening now. What's going to happen next? Where am I in the customer journey, so to say, and what can I expect? Okay, that's this one. So I think over here, in general, most improvement on the entire website, where I see most improvement, most opportunities for improvement, is in this flow.